to another studio vlog. So, confession, this week's studio vlog is going to be quite short. The reason being that I actually haven't been doing anything particularly interesting to film this week. I've been doing quite a lot of studying and learning, so I'll talk a little bit about that. So at the start of this year I set some goals out for myself, and part of that is trying to get my marketing in order a bit more. So doing more planning, actually planning some content ideas, putting some thought behind posts rather than just posting what I want to, and trying to do a little bit more learning into things like SEO, what is actually behind social media marketing success for businesses, because I've definitely taken the route of I've almost been running my Instagram like a personal page that I've been doing drawings, making something and then just posting it. And though recently I've been trying to make it consistent in terms of colour and scheme, and trying not to post too much of the same stuff right next to each other, so not too many product photos or too many just drawing photos, I definitely haven't really thought about who my actual audience is, or my target audience is. So coming up to, starting a new year and also coming up to nearly a year of tree kind art, I thought, actually, you know what, I need to start thinking about who is going to buy my cards. Sounds so simple, but it's actually a lot more difficult when you dig into it, because then you're building things like buyer persona and what your USP is, who your target audience is, why they're interested in you, why they would be interested in your content. And that has changed in my head what I want to post on my page. Because at the moment, I think a lot of the feedback that I get on my Instagram is really positive, and I'm really, really lucky. And it's a lot of people really enjoying the work that I put out, which is really sweet. And it's a lot of small business owners that are in a similar boat to me. And that's probably who is also watching this video, which is great. But my cards aren't so different from what small business owners already produce that they are going to buy what I make. So I make reusable, eco-friendly greetings cards from 100% recycled paper. There are a fair number of people out there that are making cards out of recycled paper, and a lot of small businesses can make their own cards. You're a talented bunch, you know? You have your own things, you have your own designs that you're going to use. You're not going to buy cards from me. So I need to think about who am I actually selling to, and that's to people that are more eco-conscious, that are more interested in that reusable aspect, that don't make their own products, that are looking for something to send somebody who they love, who they care about, something that they can use themselves. And so I need to think about how I'm gonna actually target that audience. This YouTube channel is going to stay very much the same. It's going to be me talking about my process. I don't want to make this into a sales channel, and I don't really want to make my Instagram into a sales channel. It sounds really gross when you say it like that, but what I need to think about more is how to reach the people that are likely to buy the things that I make. So I've been really refocusing some of my goals, not rethinking them. The goals video that I made still very much applies. Those goals are still really relevant, and actually those goals are what has prompted this video, my thought process and all sorts of things. So what I'm doing at the moment is 2 separate courses. I'm never very good at sitting still and doing nothing, but sometimes I'm like, how many things do you think you can juggle, Steph? But anyway, I've got time, I'm fine. So the first course that I'm doing is open to military spouses, because my husband's in the army, British Army, and so I'm eligible to do a free course that is put on by BFBS. They have lots of different areas that you can access learning and little courses. So the one that I'm doing at the moment is the social media spouses course, and it's all about educating people to be able to use social media like a social media expert would use it. It's not like a qualified certification or anything like that. You do get a little participation sticker at the end, I think. But basically it's like teaching you the theory behind marketing on social media and why you would want to use it. So it's kind of both assuming that you either are a small business owner that needs to know how to market itself, or that you are somebody that is self-employed and would like to be a social media market person. So it's very detailed and it's exercise driven, which is really good for me. So there's like chapters and modules that you fulfill and tasks at the end. And so at the moment I'm writing an Oasis campaign plan for True Kind Art. This is the second time that I've done this course, as in like this is the furthest I've got through it. The first time I was doing it, I think I was trying to balance it with some other stuff that was going on at the time, and I ended up asking if I could delay, and they were very, very kind and they let me delay. So now I'm picking it up and I feel really motivated towards it now, which is good. So then the other course that I'm also doing is Slashed It. So you can look for the ebook for this and I will put it in the link below. There is a cost associated with this one. It was £50 for the ebook, which sounds like a lot of money, but when you look at like different courses that are out there, they are hundreds of pounds. You can do some research into it and see what you think, but that's what I'm doing at the moment, and I'm 62 pages in of 373, and it's already blowing my mind. Like, it's so helpful and it's really making me think, and it's really making me do some reassessment of how I'm running True Kind Art, which is really, really good. I have various notebooks going on. I'm gonna have to have like a notebook and a key for all my notebooks. It's getting a bit ridiculous, but I have to kind of keep things separate in pages. So what I was trying to find was this quote from the Slashed It ebook is, "See yourself as a person in business if you want to create a real business out of your social feeds." So for what that means to me is that I need to start thinking about myself as a business, like seeing True Kind Art as a business, not just as a hobby, not as a little side hustle, not as a nice thing to have because I've always wanted to make cards for people. Those are all true, but what's actually going to make my business succeed is thinking of it like a business, treating it like a business, making sure that I am working on it like that. And yes, I want to be the person behind it. I want to show my face. I want to talk about these sorts of things. But I need to actually think of my social media channels more as like channels to my shop rather than channels to me. Because yes, people buy from people, but ultimately people buy from people, but they have to actually make the purchase. And at the moment, I'm not making consistent sales. I did much better in November, and January is always a tough month. I have made 2 sales this month, which is fine, and they've been big sales, so I've been really grateful for that, because that's just kept things rolling, kept me motivated, kept me wanting to do stuff. But I'm not where I want to be yet with like consistency, again, like, which is fine, but I need to do something about it. It's fine now, it won't be fine in another year. And I'm lucky I don't have to live off this right now. But if I want to make this business like sustainable in that it continues to make me happy, I need to have goals to work towards. I need to find things to better myself with. And I'm finding it at the moment, I'm finding this really motivating to think more business-like about True Kind Art, and less hobby, less nice to have, less like, I don't really need this because I'm fine kind of thing. What if I do need it? What if I go back to England and I can't get a job? What if my PGCE course gets cancelled because of COVID? What if stuff gets deferred? You know, like, these are huge what ifs that are very unlikely to happen, but it's not stupid to think about that, right? So I'm in a privileged position right now that I have time. I don't have kids, I don't have a dog, I have Jamie and I have a really nice place, I have quiet, I have space. I'm so lucky to have those things. I need to make the most of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm sorry if this tone sounds quite different from my other videos. I think I'm just feeling quite passionate about it, and I also want to try and make it okay to talk about these things in my YouTube. I think a lot of my previous videos have been like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, I'm not really sure what I'm doing this week, or oh, I just kind of thought I would make this thing. And that's absolutely fine. That was making me happy at that time. What's making me happy now is making a plan and making a strategy and building something and making it better, and making it work for me rather than me work for it. I think I'm talking in a lot of cliches, and I'm very sorry. It's probably my PR background coming out. But yeah, at the moment, that's what's motivating me. These things are really interesting to me, and I wanted to share that as part of this. What I can try and do is, when I have gotten into these courses a little bit more, I will maybe give you some of the key learnings of what I've learned. If you're interested, let me know in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in. I can't confess to being any sort of expert yet. I'm very much at the beginning of this journey of actually running my business like a business, and not just like a fun little hobby where I get to post pictures of my drawings and people say they like them, because I really love that side of it, but it's not sustainable and it's not what's going to make me happy in the long term, which is the honest truth of it. So maybe it is what will make me happy in the long term. Maybe that's a stupid thing to say, because having people say that they like your things is ultimately the biggest compliment, right? But if I had to rely on this business, that's not gonna cut it. I don't know. I'm rambling now. So I probably got a couple of time lapses and some bits and bobs from the last couple of days to put in with this, but really this is what my last week has been focused on. I should also mention that I have a couple of new designs up in my shop at the moment, so if you want to go and check those out, then please do. There's some Valentine's Day cards there, there's some illustrations of some more chickens, there's some more birds in there as well. I've got like a kingfisher, some blue tits, a robin, so they're kind of designs that I've been sitting on for a little while and I didn't put in my shop because I was silly and not focused, but I've had a big update of my Etsy shop, a big clear up of it, a big photo editing session. If you're interested in seeing how I edit photos, there's the video that I posted last week is all about how I take and edit my flat lay photos. So I use those for my Instagram and for my Etsy shop, so check that out if you're interested. And yeah, I hope this video is helpful to understand where my head's at, and maybe even motivating for you guys to see what you're thinking in your business, and actually to say, you know what, it's okay to admit if something's not 100% working for you that you've been doing, to take a step forward and say, okay, that's been fun, what's the next thing? And that's how I feel at the moment. I think I'm going to wrap up this studio vlog here. As I say, I'm sorry it's not particularly show and tell of what I've been doing, but honestly I've literally just been writing in my notebook and reading and updating my Etsy shop and my Facebook shopping, so there's not a lot to have shown you. I haven't had any orders to pack this week, so I've literally just been on my computer. So fun. Okay, well, if you do have any questions, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you, and I will link the courses that I've talked about in this video in the description box. And yeah, I hope you have all had a good week and have a good weekend. Bye for now.